Good morning. It's the very early morning, but we are doing the weekly reading. I just got back from the forest. I was out there for 3 days in Algonquin, and the first thing I wanted to do was a reading. So we're just going to is for those whose spirit wants to see. And this is the weekly download. This is what is up this week. This is what you need to know this week. Last week was interesting. It was like a lot of judgment energy, a lot of waiting energy. Wow. And now we have temperance reversed. All right. For some reason, I'm like, maybe no more waiting. Like maybe now is the time to go. And also there's this energy of like, stop waiting for like the divine, stop waiting for the universe to be like, this is the next step. It's kind of like you already know. And not only do you already know, but you are on your own in terms of the decision that needs to be made. I did feel like it should be upright. You already know what you need to do. To be completely honest, you kind of had the next step. It just seems like maybe you don't want to take it because of this, that, and whatever. Yeah, there's like a bunch of reasons, You could tell me all day why you don't want to take this next step. The universe knows that ultimately, I think the reason why you're not willing to move forward is because you are worried about who is going to be displaced in the process. And the fact that you would be ultimately really, really, really choosing yourself and therefore choosing a path that is unpaved and going down the beaten road and pursuing something that is already known and already understood by you and already understood by the world is easier than choosing something that is not easily understood and not easily explained and doesn't have a very obvious outcome. And I think Spirit is like, you know what you need to do. It's take the route that is not completely revealed to you. It's taking the route you don't have complete control over because you don't know what's going to happen. If you have to choose between doing this internship where maybe you're not going to make a lot of money or any money for like the first few months versus this job that's going to get you a steady paycheck every month. But the internship is filled with something that you really find joy in. And the job is something that you also can enjoy, but you know that ultimately it's a part of a world that you don't enjoy. Which path are you going to choose? It's kind of like that, where they're both options. We're at a mature point in our ascendancy, right? So you're not making like baby decisions where the choice is obvious. The choice is kind of complicated. The decision you have to make isn't really either choice isn't necessarily a bad choice. Now it's about, are you going to be living the life of your dreams or are you going to be living the life of the system? And the life within the system doesn't have to be bad because you're at a point within your journey where you're mature enough that you're making decisions where ultimately you can still be living a happy life, even if you're still participating in this systemic world. But Spirit is now asking you to make a choice. Are you involved in the system and still living a happy life? Or are you really breaking out and making the bold decision? Are you going after your dreams? There's plenty of people who live a happy life and do not pursue their dreams. Are you going to be one of those people? Or are you going to do your dreams? Dreams are just that. They're dreams. They're extra. They're added on. They're the things that make this life magic and make this life really special, but they're not required for happiness. So now you have a choice. This is where free will comes in. And Spirit's like, I'm not going to let you bully me into making this decision for you. You have to do it. You know that there's this option here. It comes with a lot of scary, uncertain stuff, a lot of things that just feel like, oh, I'm too mature. I'm too old to be dealing with internships. I'm too old to not have stability. I'm too old to not, blah, blah, blah. I have these many degrees. I shouldn't be doing something, blah, blah, blah. All these things that can get in the way of you choosing this thing and just make you choose this thing because this thing isn't bad. It's just not your dream. And it might still be connected to your dream in some way, but it's not the dream. And you know that. And no matter which way you want to spin it, it's not that. But, so it's time to make a decision. And when it comes to worrying about, who's going to be displaced, and including parts of yourself that are going to be displaced, should you make the decision to go with the dream, I mean, that's just life. And you're going to need to deal with the grief that accompanies feeling disappointed and letting yourself down and being anxious and worrying about the future. And then you're going to need to go ahead and do it anyways. You're going to need to take the chance. But I think that this is kind of an extension of last week's message, which is about working up the faith, working on faith, and working on your place within the path. The Fool, 4 Pentacles reversed. Yep, letting go process. You need to let go of this awkward sense of stability that doesn't actually even exist, and this turmoil within your own mental consciousness that has you feeling like, there's no other way, that, this way, that the way of your dreams is going to cause you destruction and wreak havoc in your life. You think it's going to be way worse than it is. It's not going to be bad at all. But you don't know that. And you're not allowing yourself to know that. In fact, you actually do know somewhere in your gut, somewhere in your body, that it's actually going to be great. But you're like not allowing yourself to know that. And instead, you're pretending like you don't know anything. But you actually know everything you need to know to make a safe and sound and responsible decision. It would be a very responsible decision to choose this option that feels crazy. Very responsible, very sound, very logical. You just need to accept that. This is about self-acceptance. And accepting the fact that the reality of your dreams is not only reasonable and logical and sound, but it's also responsible. And it's also safe. You are safe to do this. This is divinely protected. You're on a divinely protected path if you're on the path of your dreams. This is a good path. This isn't irresponsible. This sense of responsibility, this sense of, responsibility to this idea of maturity or stability or adulthood or clarity or reason or logic, whatever, it's false. It's not based in anything real. It's based in fears. The Fool is no fool at all. The Fool is actually incredibly wise. The Fool is life, is the cycle of life. It's rebirth, it's death, and it's rebirth. The Fool is the ancestor, the wisest of them all. The Queen of Pentacles, yes, very grounded, very wise, very intelligent, very self-aware. This week, it's about recognizing that the Fool is temperance. The Fool is the Chariot. The Fool is the Queen of Pentacles. It's funny because last week we were getting a bunch of minor arcana and not even the King and the Queens. We were getting minor arcana and getting pages. Getting a lot of pages, getting a lot of like just the number cards, like just not big energy, It was very small. We were working through a lot. And now here we have all major arcana and then Queen of Pentacles. At the back of the deck, we have the moon. And it's no joke because what is today? The new moon in Cancer. So of course, that makes a lot of sense. It's time to plant new seeds. New seeds. And really, it's not a new seed literally, because you're actually going to be following something that you planted a long time ago. But the seed that you're planting now, or the seed that you're tending to, the plant that you're tending to now, is this energy of staying true to what you initially promised yourself. It's self-acceptance, it's self-love, it's choosing yourself enough to know that you deserve to have your dreams pursued, that you deserve to follow up on this thing, that you deserve to email this person back. that you deserve to not self-sabotage, that you deserve to not pretend like there's nothing around you, like there's not all these treasures around you. You deserve to know the truth. You deserve to realize that you're carrying a bunch of straw for no reason when you could be working on mining the gold within you. Self-sabotage is happening every time you lie to yourself and you pretend like you don't know what your next step is. You're not blind. Even with your eyes closed, you're not blind. You're being led. You've been led this entire time. You're not helpless. 8 of Wands, 4 of Cups. You're being helped. Emotionally now, it's about helping yourself. It's about emotionally helping yourself get out of this place of feeling, 4 of Pentacles, like you don't have enough, like you need to protect yourself. This is the wounded child, feeling like they have to be an adult, feeling like they have to take care of everything, feeling like they have to secure their security, feeling very defensive, feeling very displaced at any moment. This is childhood stuff. This is all a childhood. This is all inner child, maybe even inner teenager. And it needs to be resolved this week with action. You need to make a decision to defend your dreams. You need to make a decision to be an adult now, to make choices for yourself now, to work from a place of wholeness rather than of fear. You need to make the decision. We can't operate under trauma for the rest of our lives. We have to make a decision to change at some point. It's time to make that decision. It's time to get out of your own box and get out of your fishbowl and enter into the sea. It's time to change. It's time to move. It's time to experience a new perspective of life. It's time to climb that mountain. It's time to start that journey. It's time to go on that diet. It's time to do whatever you need to do. It's time to fight. It's time to fight for yourself and fight for your life. No more lingering around, no more waiting, no more wondering, no more asking spirit to send you a sign, no more shuffling your deck, no more watching readings if that's something that you've got a problem with. And I know because I've done that myself, so I'm not judging you. But the universe, it's done. Yeah, and like if you want your celebration comes with movement. Judgment, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. Yeah. The freedom and the liberation and the peace of mind that you're looking for, it's going to come with this movement. Yeah. And it is anxiety inducing. It's nerve-wracking. It's very scary. You're not going to be getting any type of confirmation aside from what you've already been experiencing. Nothing extra is coming in because you've been given all that you need. You have to make the choice. This is parts of initiation. This is part of ascension. This is part of awakening. This is part of life. You have to make a decision at some point to just choose yourself. You can't have spirit. Spirit can't pick you up and plop you down into the life of your dreams. You have to choose it. You can want it all you want, but you need to choose it. It's time to make that decision. There's an action you can take this week that will show that you are choosing this life, that you are choosing the life of your dreams. Take that action. And if you can take it today on the new moon, I think that would be great. Yeah, High Priestess. Follow your intuition. What is your heart telling you to do? What is your spirit telling you to do? What are your dreams telling you to do? What do you think about all the time? Where do you find the most joy? Where do you find yourself most at peace, most relaxed? And this doesn't mean you need to be completely illogical or incomprehensible. Like for me, I'll say my own life example. I want to be, I love music and I want to be a musician. I know that. I want to be an artist. I love nature. There we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles and the Princess of Swords and the Strength card. Back of the deck, the Ten of Wands. I know that I love music. I want to be a musician. I know that I love nature. I spent my birthday up in nature. I had this experience out there. I have this thing I've been pushing off, this opportunity to work with the environment. It would be unpaid, but I know that it would ultimately lead to a place of security where I could also then put some more time and energy into pursuing music. I need to go for it. I know the steps that it takes. I've just been lacking in doing it. And I felt like there's certain things that I can't pursue or certain things that I can't do because they're not responsible, because it's not paid. And then I'm like, oh, well, this doesn't have any connection to it. Like, I think that there's a way to do what you want to do, to follow your dreams in a way that's also that's not irresponsible. Like, there's a route that is actually quite grounded, a route that will leave you quite empowered. But it may look as though you are in the position of a page, but you're actually making decisions that are at a king and a queen level. They're very mature decisions that you're making that are going to ultimately enter you into a position of maybe being a page. Temperance again, but it's what you should do. Four of Pentacles. Do not let the Four of Pentacles hold you back. Do not let your own idea of feeling like you will never be enough or feeling like there is only not so much that you are allowed to experience in this life hold you back. Don't let your own fear and your own pride hold you back. Do not let pride hold you back. Don't let a false sense of ego hold you back. Feeling like, oh, this opportunity isn't good enough. I need to wait for something better. That's not true. That's your ego. This opportunity is plenty. This opportunity is going to get you somewhere. What else is coming? Do you have any sign that anything else is coming other than the inflated voice in your head? No, you don't. You need to take this opportunity. This is what's here. This is what showed up for you. You're waiting on something that's not here. What's in front of you? You need to address that. You need to speak to that. That's what showed up. You need to go show up for things that have showed up for you. Why are you placing your energy in things that don't show up for you, in things that constantly disappoint you, and things that constantly let you down, including your own daydreams and your own fantasies? You need to show up for the things that show up for you in real life, in the 3D, because our fantasy world is not our reality. It's not the earth that we're living in. I'm sorry, I wish it was. I have a great fantasy life. But I also have to be present for what's actually present in me, for me, in my 3D life. Four of Swords. Seven of Cups. And the dreams will come. They will gather with time. The world of the subconscious will gather with time. But right now, you know where you need to focus in your waking life. So put that focus in. Okay. I think that's enough for tarot. Let's just pull some cards from the Angel deck and the Ancestor Spirit Oracle deck, and then we'll be done. And then I have to go drink my tea, and then I have to go to bed. It's like 2:20 a.m. Wow. Inner child healing. LOL. That's all we need. We literally were talking about that. Inner child healing. Raise your vibration, power and intention, self-acceptance. Come on. Spirit is speaking. Spirit's like, girl, get the message out and let's go. Self-acceptance, power and intention. You're not powerless. And raise your vibration. Yeah. I think you need to raise your vibration. I'm only saying that because I get told that on the daily, so don't even worry. I be getting told that all the time. I be getting dragged in readings. Don't worry. It's not just you. It's all of us. This is collective energy. It's okay. But it's also a really good thing because ultimately, if you're getting this kind of reading, when you're getting tough love, it's because you can handle it. And it's because you're already on a good path. You only get that soft and mushy gushy love when, spirit has to be gentle with you because you're like fragile and you're probably not in a great place. Okay. Connect with past loved ones. Sense, feel, reconnect. Clear your mind. Be present, focus, embrace. That's interesting. Open to love. Explore your creative side. Earth magic. Re-energize your life. Okay, hold on a minute, because I'm like, what are these cards about? Clear your mind. Maybe this is also talking about meditation. Meditation. I think if you meditate on this topic, you'll know exactly what you're supposed to be thinking about, exactly what you're supposed to be focusing on. And I think with this connect to loved ones, there's probably answers in your ancestry when it comes to where you should be focusing, where your energy should be. And you can work with your ancestors as well as the elements, as well as the earth to help help you get a sense of what you need to be doing. Spending time with nature, speaking to the water, speaking to your ancestors, all of that can help bring you clarity if you can't find it on your own, if you really feel stuck and you're not sure what this message means, if you're not sure what it is you're supposed to be doing. But you can also see what you're supposed to be doing based off of what you know that other people in your family should be doing, but they're not, or what you know your friends should be doing, but they're not, or what you know your ancestors wanted to do but couldn't. The answers are all around you, usually in the people around you as well. Whenever we have critiques or judgments about people's lives, we're usually judging something that we also know about our own life. I think speaking to your ancestors would bring a lot of clarity and compassion and self-acceptance and make you feel powerful, and it would bring that inner child healing as well. And I think that meditation would raise your vibration just because it would clear your mind. And there's nothing wrong with being low vibrational, but it's helpful when you need a higher perspective to raise your vibration. That's all you should take it as. And then be an open channel. Get into nature. Yeah, honor the deities around you. Prayers. Ask for help. Connect with the elements. Yeah, okay. So that's your reading for this week. That's the message you need to know. Check back in if you want next Sunday, and we'll have the messages for the following week. We'll see how you did. We'll see how I did. And yeah, we're all in this together. So don't feel judged and don't be too hard on yourself. You're doing everything you can, and ultimately, you're already going to do whatever you need to do. So don't worry about it. Bye. Enjoy your week.